That black is not even coming off of my hands. The ultimate shadow, as you can see, get your hands on. Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you my favorite nude / neutral eyeshadow palettes. Also, if you like the makeup I'm wearing today, it is exactly what I've done in this video right here, except I've topped off my lips with a Fenty lip gloss, which I will list in the description bar. And we're gonna start with the purely made in India eyeshadow palettes. First up, we have the Sheer Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. This is the Blend the Rules eyeshadow quad, and I have the one in 01 Stronger. This is your everyday nude neutral eyeshadow. It's got 1 transition shades and 3 metallic shades to choose from. I have used this quad in this video, so if you need ideas on how to use it, you can check it out. And these metallics are just so soft and pigmented. Like, are you seeing that? And also the matte is so buttery soft, guys. It is really pigmented. Fair girls, dark girls, everybody can wear it. The Faces Ultim Pro eyeshadow palette in the shade Nude. I unfortunately got it shattered, these 2 shades, but I have used this palette and it is such, once again, a beautiful nude neutral everyday eyeshadow palette. It's got some really soft, smooth, buttery metallics. Let me pop them right there. Look at that. A wide range of metallics and also some beautiful, buttery, soft, matte transitions as well. Ooh, that's not. That is matte. And I like that this is a complete palette, like as in you have a really dark charcoal gray, a really light almost beigey white bone color, and a lot of shades in between. So you can create all sorts of really dramatic to daily, everyday, nothing kind of eyeshadow looks with this. Next we have the PAC Last Wish eyeshadow palette. It is a fully matte eyeshadow palette, and guys, this is so beautiful. It is one of those must-haves if you are a neutral girl, a work girl. You've got a really light bone shadow there, and there is an ultimate black in there as well. Perfect. And you've got all of those beautiful crease colors like the oranges, the pinks, the browns, the yellows, neutrals. Any sort of neutral eyeshadow look that you want to create, this is your matte palette. That black is not even coming off of my hands, guys. This is so pigmented. We have another eyeshadow palette from PAC, and this is the Ultimate Shadow Box. This again, guys, it's got a beautiful, beautiful array of nude shadows and then one really soft, pigmented, glittery, and even the mattes. Let's swatch the lightest and the darkest. Right there and right there. Oh, sorry, that was the gold once again. That's the matte. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful eyeshadows. NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette, and this reminds me so much of the PAC, but the colors are very, very different. You can definitely get a very nude, neutral look. Also a muted colorful look with this palette. You've got your beige colors, your dark colors, some transition colors, some really beautiful bronzy colors. These eyeshadows are also super pigmented, super easy to blend out. Next we have an eyeshadow palette from Makeup Revolution. This is the Neutrals versus Neutrals palette. This is a pretty old palette from my collection, but I want to put in Makeup Revolutions because they constantly come out with many palettes, and they have such amazing eyeshadows, guys. This particular palette is a really good neutral palette if you can still get your hands on it. They're just so creamy, smooth, full of options. Once again, look at that. Just so beautiful. I have a Sephora palette to talk about. Sephora is not cruelty free, guys, but since I have this in hand, I wanted to put this out there just in case any of you have access to Sephora. By the way, Sephora palettes, these guys are available in India in the website nnnow.com. This is the Intense Coffee Collection eyeshadow palette. I love eyeshadow palettes when they come with a mirror. The colors in this are so beautiful. Just what you need for an everyday nude neutral look. Your lights are here, metallic and matte. Your darks are here, that's a metallic, but you can definitely pop it in your crease and your outer corner. A nice transition shade, some beautiful, let me give you a quick swatch of these as well. That's a beautiful matte, one of those lovely shimmers, and that beautiful matte bone color. If you are not cruelty free, get your hands on what is a Mr. Jovita video if I haven't dropped something, right? Next, I have to give a special mention to my very well loved and used Sleek palette. This is the Vintage Romance palette that Shweta had given to me from the UK. So if you live anywhere in the UK, you can get your hands on this. Otherwise, maybe you can buy it from a website. These eyeshadows are so beautiful. Very few people talk about it. I don't know why, but they are insanely affordable, okay? And they're so pigmented, so beautiful, and they have so many nude neutral palettes as well. This is just one of them. It's a very romantic blushy nude kind of a palette, but there are so many other options that you can choose from. So here we have the Warm Brown Obsessions palette. This really reminds me of the PAC Cosmetics. Let me take my time and open it before I drop these as well. The Ultimate Shadow, as you can see. The Huda Beauty shadows also, guys, they're so insanely pigmented. These are of really good quality. But when you buy the Huda Beauty ones, look at the pigmentation on that. Fun fact, these mini palettes are made in China, though her bigger palettes are actually made in Italy. So the quality definitely differs. OFRA Cosmetics is an online store, so they sell internationally. It doesn't matter where you live, India, US, Australia, UK, they've got your back. Now this is the BOHO palette. It is one of their pro palette collection, and they have not just eyeshadows, guys, they also have bronzers and highlighters. OFRA highlighters, we're going off subject here, are one of the best highlighters in the entire whole world. Take it from me. But anyways, coming to these eyeshadows, as you can see, we've got the dark browns here, the transition crease colors here, metallics here, some really light brow bone shade here. There's a huge variety of shades in this palette, which makes it absolutely beautiful for everyday or a nude neutral eyeshadow lover. It comes with a huge big mirror as well. Are we ready to move into some luxury now? Let's start off with Charlotte Tilbury, guys. These eyeshadows, I feel, are a little overhyped, but they are definitely beautiful eyeshadow palettes. I say overhyped because you get just 4 eyeshadows in each palette, and they are really expensive. I've done tutorials using this. I'll make sure to pop them in the cards above. Also, the color selection on each of these quads are very intelligent and sought after. So this is the Transform Eyes, and here I have the Exaggereyes. In this one, we've got 2 matte shades and 2 metallic shades, and here we have just 1 transition shade. This is the one that I used in my everyday Get Ready With Me in Berlin, Germany. This is all that I took for my vacation because it had everything I needed for an everyday look, you know. So these palettes, they are small, they're handy, they're beautiful, and when you don't want to fiddle with like a whole entire palette and waste too much time, these are so good. We've got the Too Faced Peach palette. Too Faced also has a chocolate palette, which is really good, but I just don't have it at hand. The peach palette smells like peaches. It's a very beautiful neutral palette, with the exception of this one metallic olive green right there, which is great to add a pop of color for an otherwise extremely nude, peachy nude shadow. This video wouldn't be complete if I didn't talk about Anastasia palettes. This is the Norvina palette. It definitely falls into a more purpley, muted nude kind of a palette. You've got all of these really good transition brown shades, with the exception of this one lavender right here, and the top row is all metallics that you can pop on in the center of your eyelid. Now Norvina also has a lot of other beautiful neutral palettes like the Sultry palette. So if you want just like browns and golds, go for the Sultry palette, but I like a little bit of purple, a little bit of pop of color, so I love the Norvina palette. And the Anastasia eyeshadows, guys, they're so pigmented and buttery and creamy and of such high quality, so I highly recommend the Anastasia palettes. Zoeva palettes, they are such beautiful eyeshadows, guys, and what's really fun about them is that they have so many palettes to choose from. The 2 that I have picked out for you guys today is the Cocoa Blend, which is right here, Really good for brown girls, white girls, pale girls. And this is the all night long palette. It's pretty much this, but with more selection, more colors, and they are also very pigmented, very soft, buttery smooth, all of that. In Kuwait you can get Zoeva in Sephora, and I think in pretty much all over the world you can get Zoeva in Sephora. In UK I think you can get it in Selfridges. Alright, moving on to Huda Beauty. This Rose Gold Remastered palette is one of my favorite palettes from the Huda Beauty eyeshadow collection. Actually, her whole makeup line. This is not a hype, guys. This palette is so versatile, so beautiful. Comes with a huge ass mirror, guys, and look at all those neutral shades, especially for us brown girls. That orange, a little bit of the rose, dusty, mauvey color. Those play really well in the crease instead of just like a taupey brown, you know. But of course, even fairer girls can wear it. There are lighter shades in this as well, and these metallics are so creamy. They are something else. Now Huda Beauty has a new nude palette, you know, she has a nude palette, but I think this is a better nude neutral eyeshadow palette than the nude palette. If you like more of these kind of shades, like purpley mauvey shades, you might like the new nude palette from Huda Beauty more. And lastly, I want to talk about my favorite, hands down favorite eyeshadows of all time, and they are from Marc Jacobs. I really don't think many people talk about this. I don't know why. They just blend at the touch of your brush. They're so pigmented and just rightly pigmented. They're not splotchy, blotchy. They're just so even and pigmented. I'm just so in love with it. So I've selected 3 palettes over here. Provocateur. Lovely metallics, mattes. It's got everything. Scandal Lust. If you like a little bit more warm toned nudes, you've got that nice bright matte rusty copper shade, and also your mattes, your shimmers, they're all there in this. And if you like a very toned down, neutral, cool toned, smoky eye, this is called the Glambition. You've got your black, you've got your bone, you've got your golds, you've got it all. It's that one palette you need. If you want one luxury eyeshadow palette, and if you want it to be a nude palette, this Glambition from Marc Jacobs is what you need to get your hands on. Let me swatch a few from here, since I haven't been swatching anything from the last couple of... I mean, they were all the same. They're all so beautiful and pigmented, and I've used them all before in my other videos, so I didn't want to swatch all of them. But this deserves... I rest my case. Of course, there are also other brands that I don't have, like the Wet n Wild eyeshadows are good, the Milani eyeshadows are good. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found this video helpful. All of these brands are cruelty free except for Sephora. I shall see you in my next one. All the videos right down below, and I love you!